What's going on, guys? Jordan here with Universal. We're here at Savage City Strength in Hillsborough, New Jersey. Just finished up a deadlift workout. Today was pretty basic. Just come in, work up to the heavier double than last week. Different training environment, pulling on pound plates is something new for me. So worked up to the top double at 690. Felt pretty good, all things considered, with the traveling, so kind of shut it down after that. Usually I'll do some overload work. Banded reverse bands, strap in for something a little bit heavier, but erred on the side of caution today. Instead did a little bit more accessory work. Walking lunges, did some volume with some dumbbell walking lunges. Nothing heavy, just trying to get my hips into extension. A lot of sitting down during this trip, a lot of driving, airplanes, cars, going back and forth in different spots in New Jersey, so kind of went off feel a little bit and kind of opted against a heavier accessory movement. So we'll kind of get back on track with that next week. And it's things like I'm not big for auto regulation in my top end work. Like 690 had to come off the floor today, either once or twice. So pending circumstances, I was pretty happy with kind of the weight and how it moved and how it looked. Kind of had to revert back to the video crew on how the video or how the deadlift moved from like a speed standpoint. You can kind of get in your own head when you travel as far as like that felt slow, but there's a difference between feeling slow and looking slow. So just having that the visual feedback to be okay, like subjectively it felt slow, but I mean, the camera never lies. So kind of checked in between my top warm-up sets as I led up to the 690, just to make sure the bar was breaking the floor at a speed that I thought that 690 was going to be attainable. Got that for a double. And then the accessory work was purely by feel. I kind of knew I was going to something in the realm of like hip extension, either split squats or lunges. Just opted for the lunges out of choice, and felt good. I think it'll kind of serve me well going into next week's squat workout. So just kind of making that exercise selection more about prepping for the next workout rather than just trying to add any more stress to this workout, especially with all the traveling. Lunges, the goal was just volume, just pace back and forth with some 30-pound dumbbells. Big focus just on hip stability, just like how I can kind of balance through that swing phase with a set of dumbbells in my hands. So it felt pretty good. Finished up after that with kind of some just basic core work, hanging knee raises. Big focus here was on keeping the pelvis more or less stable. Like the knee raise can be kind of a bastardized exercise where if the only criteria of the exercise is raising the knee, then there's two ways to do that. You can either flex at the hip, which is gonna, loading hip flexion is gonna further any lumbar extension over time. Like sitting right now, my hip flexors are in a short position that are gonna draw that pelvis forward. So you'll see a lot of bodybuilders and powerlifters kind of with the chest up, and what that does is actually leaves the abs in a lengthened position. Well, what I want to do is reduce the stress on the lower back, kind of tuck the rib cage down, and then tuck the pelvis underneath. So that knee raised position is coming more from like the pelvis tucking underneath rather than the pelvis staying stationary, and then just the femurs flexing kind of in the hip. So it was just kind of a pretty like cerebral focus on my accessory work. Didn't really have much of a plan past like the 690 double. But yeah, so that was it for today. I mean, it's an awesome facility. So special thanks to Savage City Strength for having us out. I mean, if you're in the neighborhood, be sure to check it out, and we'll see you next time.